What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel, Focus on Marriage and Family. Yes, this is the channel that brings you different issues that are surrounding the marriage institution and the family unit. Yes, and if you are new here, karibu sana. Welcome to my channel. Yes, and all you need to do if you are new is to go to YouTube and you just need to type Focus on Marriage and Family, and pop, you will find me there. You'll find me very easily that way. And you can also follow me on my Instagram, and my Instagram handle is Slyjambi, and Facebook Slyjambi, basically Slyjambi everywhere. So you can actually follow me on those two platforms, because I also post short videos from time to time on different issues about life, about marriage, what I learn as I go along. Yes, so follow me. Yes, and so if you are not new here, asante sana, thank you for subscribing to my channel, and thank you for keeping it here. Thank you for watching my videos every week, guys. Thank you for your feedback. It's encouraging, by the way. Every time that I see that you guys are giving me feedback and you are letting me know the kind of topics that I probably should discuss, asante. Thank you guys for watching, for keeping it here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you guys. Now so there's one feedback that I have been getting from so many people, and you guys are asking, where are the men? Where are the men? By the way, I'm also wondering, where are the men? Where are the men? You guys, so I'll see that people are subscribed to the channel, even like men, but I want you guys to know that it is not very easy to bring men onto the channel. I still don't know why, but yes, it's not as easy. But as we wrap up the year, by the way, and I hope this comes to pass, God, may you hear that prayer. So I'm working on something, and I am bringing you guys not one, not two, three gentlemen are going to be on my channel very soon, and I'm extremely excited about this episode, because I also want to hear what they have to say about the marriage institution. I want to hear their opinion. I want to hear their views. I want to hear what their journey has been like, and I can't wait to bring you guys this episode. And this is going to happen in December, before we wrap up the year. So keep it here, and I hope you guys can tell other people to also subscribe to the channel. Yes, and so as we wrap up the year, there's something I really wanted to do, and I wanted to go out there and just see, what do couples like, what have other couples learned about in their marriage, like in the course of their marriage. What have they learned about this institution? Because as much as you've been married, there are those lessons that you will hold dear. There are those lessons that you'll be like, you know what, these are my biggest lessons. And so I did choose to go out there to just see what people have learned in the course of their marriage. And before I even begin, because I want to begin with myself, because I've also learned a few things. I don't know if you guys remember this lady, the lady who was trending, the lady for Twa. Yes, that video really it was trending everywhere, but I hope people listened to the entire clip. I also hope that people have been following her. She has a lot to say about marriage, and she's great together with the husband. And so there's one thing that she said that really caught my attention, and she said, it doesn't matter how long you've been married. You could hear that people have been married, did I just say married? Okay, yeah, married. I'm from Muranga, guys. Yeah. So you could someone could be married for 30 years, but they've never even spent 30 minutes together with the spouse. So she was like, it doesn't matter how long you've been married. Like, I could have been married 7 years, but maybe I've never even spent like 7 minutes together with Davis, like just the two of us, just talking about us, and not about our son, or not about work or anything else, just chilling, like before you guys got married. Yeah, and that really caught my attention, and I realized that this is something that I have to adapt in my marriage. And date nights usually fade off when we get into marriage. Yeah, so what happens is, you'll have date nights as when you guys are freshly married, and then as you go along, when the children come, that date night just, I don't know where it goes, like it just dies a natural death. So as in, that's one thing that I hope to really work on, especially in my marriage, because as much as we will have date nights, they will be minimal, because there's so much to do. There's work, there is there's our son, and we are just trying to just do it all. And And so sometimes you will lack that time to have the date night just to boost your marriage. So by the way, it's so important to just have time for the two of you, not with the children, because we incorporate children into our marriage, you know. So we realize, you know, that most of the time we are spending time together as a family, but your children are there as well. So that's not time for just the two of you, you know. Yeah, so anyway, so that's one thing I just wanted to share with you guys. I think it's important. Keep the date nights, guys. Keep the date nights. And let's remind each other, it's not necessarily the man's role to keep the date night alive, you know. I mean, even for the woman, one day jitole, just be like, you know what, babe, I want to take you for dinner, I want to buy you lunch, I want to buy you coffee. Just it's the cooperation. It's the two of you to just make this marriage institution just keep standing. So yes, so I'm just gonna go into my three biggest, are they three? I don't know. But so one of the things that have really, it's been a big lesson for me in my marriage, in the course of my marriage, number one, and it is the overall thing that I have learned, is that I will never attempt to do this alone without God. I will never ever attempt to do this alone without God, because marriage can be tricky, marriage can be hard, marriage can be frustrating sometimes. But let me tell you, one of the things that just gives you just that, you know, courage and the grace to go on is taking it to God. And some of the and most of the time, it's actually not even as frustrating as you may want to put it, you know, because I've learned, you know, I think we over, you know, we blow things out of proportion and we just go ahead of ourselves, and that's when we are trying to fight this battle alone, you know. Because I feel as though we sometimes forget that, you know, we need to just take it to God. Whatever is frustrating you, whatever is making you feel disappointed or angered or upset about your spouse, you just need to take it to God. And most of the time it's so easy. By the way, this is not something that I'm just saying, but ever since I learned this trick, I don't know if it's a trick or it's a truth. Actually, it's a truth. It's not even a trick. Ever since I learned that it just takes sharing it with God. It's been amazing. It's been amazing for me. And so that's my biggest lesson. I'll never attempt to do this alone. I'll never attempt to resolve issues on my own. I'll never attempt to you know, to take my frustrations out on, I'll never afford to just take them out on Davis alone. I will take them to God first, and then I take them to Davis. It's been my biggest lesson in marriage, in the course of marriage. So you can't do it without God. You cannot do marriage without God. Number two, the other thing that I've learned is learn the fights to pick. Because most of the times we pick the wrong fights. We think we can pick any fight. So whenever we are faced with a small challenge, or, you know, things are not going the way we want them to go, then we just, you know, we think we can just pick that fight about things, you know. And in a week you guys are fighting just too much. Some fights are not worth picking, guys. Some fights are not worth picking. Just before you pick a fight, what I've learned is to sit down, to analyze, and to just ask myself, is this fight worth picking? By the way, that's one, it's one thing that I always ask myself before I pick a fight. I sit and ask myself, is this worth picking? And those who know me, my friends, I think they can attest to this. There are so many times I'll call them and I'll be like, by the way, I just sat down and I was like, you know what, this fight is not worth picking. Yeah. And yeah, it's not always that you should pick up a fight. Just think about it before you pick any fight. Some are not worth picking, and most of them are not worth picking. Number three, is it number three? Yes. So number three, I have also learned that you cannot change your spouse on your own. You can't. Actually, it's impossible. You have no power to change your spouse. You have no power to change your spouse. When we get into marriage, most of the times we think we can change our spouse into what we desire or what we want them to be like. And so I've learned that you can't do this. By the way, it's been a big lesson for me, because I think when I got married, there is, you know, there's so many things that I'd try because I want them to go in a certain way. Yeah. And because my choleric nature can check in sometimes, and so I'd be very manipulative, and I'd be like, you know, like, this is the way I want things to go. And I was just, doing so much and really struggling to just make Davis into this person who he's not. So I learned that you cannot change a man, and you can't change a woman. By the way, you cannot. So if there are things that you feel that you can change, you want your spouse to change, maybe it's in their character, maybe it's in the way they relate with people or even with you. If there's something that you feel you want them to change, number one, you need to ask God to help you to do it. And number two, you probably need to approach it in a better way with patience, kindness, and love, as we always say. You need to tell them, like, this is the way you would like things to be, or rather. Yeah, so I've learned those three things. And you know what I did this week? I also went out there to just hear what other couples thought. I wanted to hear what their opinion is, and I also wanted to hear what they've learned. Like, what have they learned in the course of their marriage? Because we all have those three big things that we have learned. For some, we have maybe even 20, but three big things that you have learned in the course of your marriage. Let's hear what these guys had to say.
Hi guys, my name is Henry.
And I'm Helen.
We are the HKs. And we have been married for 12 years and counting. And
so far so good.
So far so good, yes. The greatest thing that has worked for us this far is, as a people, is prayer. Is prayer.
We've learned over the 12 years that things change, but prayer never changes. So that's what has held us together. I think the other thing that has held us together is having common interests. As you can see, we are in matching t-shirts, and it's not just us.
Yes.
We are currently working with the kids ministry. We've been in the kids ministry for 11 years together. We teach Sunday school, and we are currently having a concert. That is why we have the matching green t-shirts for Christmas. So that has been fun. So by default, we end up spending time together, and yeah, that has worked for us.
Yes. Working together and working with kids has been an exciting journey. Having our own makes it even more exciting to bond and show her the kind of service that we have been able to have here in church, and helping us to grow and getting to know each other and each other's temperaments as we teach Sunday school, and again also at home.
Okay, this is the other thing one more thing that we've learned. 12 is a special number. 12 disciples of Jesus.
Going out, having special moments outside. That has also held us together. We've traversed this country, not much, and I even got a surprise to be taken to South Africa some time back by my lovely wife here, and it was an exciting time for us. And like you can see, having such moments have brought us together. We have bonded, we have talked about so many things that have really enriched our life together.
Yeah, sometimes it can get boring when all you do is do life, the routine. It can get very boring. So I think it's important to sometimes just get away from the normal life. They have to be expensive. All you need is your time, just to commit your time together and just go and enjoy yourself. So I think so far those are the three things top of mind that we can think about that has worked for us. So here is another 12 years.
Amen.
Hi there, my name is Martin K. Martin. I'm married to Jennifer. Wanjiru. We've been married for the last 10 years now. My wife is not here, but we are still married. This year has been a good year for us. However, there are a few things that I've learned along the way. I've learned temperament. Temperament is very key to the marriage in terms of getting to know why your wife or your husband behave the way she behaves. My wife is choleric and I am melancholic. For her, she has a very strong personality, which really first I thought that she was not respecting me. And later on, that is when now I learned that is a way of doing things. And from there, I had to learn to respect her and work with her, because that's the way she's born, that's the way she is, and she's not changing anytime soon. Then the other thing I've learned is in terms of taking leadership as men. It's always good to take leadership and to be on the steering wheel. Showing your family, leading your family, praying for your family, and providing everything that is really needed for the marriage. Because the moment you're not taking charge of your marriage, someone else will. And most of the time, it's not devil. It's someone that does not mean good for your family. So it's always very, very, very good to take charge as men to lead their family. Thank you.
Hi, this is Lawrence Gakungi.
And I'm Veronica Wamboi.
Yeah, we've been married for now 5 years, and it's been a good time that we're having. But most importantly, I want to talk about us men in marriage. And for the last 10 weeks, we've been going through a series of Man Enough in our church. And one thing that came out very strongly is that as men, we go through issues and we don't speak them out. We go through stuff, we are broken inside, we've gone through our past relationship, and many times we don't speak them as men, and this one has affected our relationship with our family. And one thing that came out very strongly in that particular program is that as men, we need to speak up. As men, we need to share. As men, we need to know that we are weak on one or the other. We are not so strong as many people look at us. And that's why, like, when you look at what is happening right now, many people are being killed in families, and people are killing a men because they are not able to share what they are going through. They die alone. And one thing that we said is that men, we need to have a man that we need to work with. You know, to work with the older man. You share what you're going through. And at the end of the day, this one will even enhance your relationship with your family, and especially with your wife, with your children, because they get hurt when we don't speak. They get hurt when we keep quiet. They get hurt when we don't speak what is stressing us. And that is one thing that I've learned, that we need to speak up as men. I want to encourage all men out there, don't walk alone. Just look for a man that you need to walk with, a man that you can share, a man that you can talk to, a man you can just call in the night, and this man can be there and listen to you. And that is how we are going to have a sober society, because the moment a man is ailing, the moment a man is stressed in life, it affects relationship, and we are looked as the men who are supposed to lead by example, and we lead from the front. That's my take. Thank you so much.
Okay, my take is to all the single ladies out there. Marriage is the best thing in life, and it's the best thing, and to have someone to talk to. And when you are stressed, look for an older couple that will guide you, and you are going to enjoy the marriage. Thank you.
Bye.